Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is FPL Elma. So we're going to be going through my blank game week 29 team selection, as well as some transfer thoughts for game week 29 and my game week 28 team review. But before we get into that, first of all, I'd like to apologize for the background noise. If it is picked up by the microphone, I do apologize. And if you're new around here or a regular viewer, don't hit subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you hit that bell to miss any content going up on the channel. And also check out my free hit video, which I released 2 days ago. So make sure you go check it out if you're planning to use your free hit and you're a little bit stuck or need some tips on your free hit. So that was any much time. Let's get straight into it. So what we're going to look at my game 28 team review managed to score 72 points, taking memorable points to 1,144, and a huge green arrow from 57,000 to 38,000. So we're way ahead of our target. It was top 100K before the end of the season. So now it looks like the target is top 50K. But of course, you never deviate from your target. So in goal, he had Flecken 3 points. He did concede as always, but customary Flecken, he managed to pick up some bonus points for, I mean, some save points. So 3 points, Van Hecke and Munoz. Munoz didn't keep a clean sheet. Van Hecke did score and picked up some bonus points. Gabriel did concede against United. Then you had Clive with 5 points, getting an assist. Palmer with 1 point, missing a penalty. Very, very disappointing display against Southampton and Leicester with no attacking returns. I think it's time to start having conversations about Palmer in FPL. Then you had Rogers with 3 points, I think, for clean sheet for Aston Villa. Salah with two penalty goals, three bonus points for 30 points. Bomo with 2 points, another blank. Watkins scoring and picking up all the bonus points for nine. Then you had Isaac with 2 points, and then two blanks again, and then the bench Fabianski, Hall, and Kuna all did not play, and Mikolenko 2 points because they conceded a goal. So that was the team for game week 28. Um, it looks pretty solid, and I hope that it's going to be able to carry on for game of 29. So now let's look at what game of 29 has in store for us. So for game 29, we have, since it's a blank game week, I think I'm going to be making three transfers or four transfers, or the fourth transfer will be for a minus hit, which personally I don't think it's worth it for this blank game week. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what other people's teams are going to be looking like before we make a decision. So the first transfer I'm going to be making is from Cunha to Evan Nilsson. I think we all know what happens to Cunha. I bought him in. A few weeks ago so that he could be part of the blank game week, but he's suspended. He's going to be missing out on those. And so we're going to be going to Evan Nilsson, who they have easy fixtures on paper until game of 31 when I'm planning to use the wild card. So we're going to be in the team for a while for that Brentford, Ipswich, and West Ham games who have relatively poor defenses. And I hope that he's going to be able to perform and I hope he's going to be able to have attacking returns. I think he did score during the weekend, so I hope he can be able to continue with that form. Since he's back in the team, he's straight back in the team, back from injury. So there's always a slight concern with Utara there, but I think Evan Nilsson will be starting striker, and it was made clear by the manager. So I expect Evan Nilsson to score, and I hope he's going to have an attacking return. So the first transfer I'm thinking about. Let's look at the second transfer. So the other transfer I'm going to be doing is going to be Watkins to Chris Wood. Of course, Watkins is going to be blanking game in 29, and they have relatively tough fixtures against Brighton Nottingham Forest coming up back to back. So I think it's an ideal time to moving on from him. He's been a good player for the team. Pushed me for those rankings since he was kind of a differential pick, and it's paid out since I bought him in. Then good for Chris Wood. So we're going to be playing in the game of 29, of course, against Ipswich and against United, who are very poor defensively. And then the game of 31, we'll see what to do with Chris Wood. But for now, for the game of 29, it's going to be playing against a relatively easy fixture against Ipswich. Although Ipswich have been looking very good defensively of late, I think they're still suspect defensively. And so, yeah, this is another transfer I'm going to be doing. Watkins to Chris Wood, just only because Chris Wood played in blank game of 29 and a relatively easy fixture as well. So that's another transfer I'm going to be doing. Of course, there's a slight chance of bringing Haaland into the team. but that depends on moving a lot of players, including Cole Palmer, and I don't see the reason to move on Cole Palmer because he plays in game of 29. If he was doing a free hit, maybe I'll consider Haaland. But for now, I think I'm going to be leaning towards Chris Wood. So that's the second transfer. Now let's look at the third transfer. So this is the third transfer. I'm thinking it's going to be finally moving on from Rogers. I think I've had Rogers since game week one, and it's going to be sad moving on from him. But I hope that for the free hits can be able to return as they do play Southampton immediately after I plan to use the free hit. So yeah, he might make his way back into the team. But it's been a good ride. It's been a full of ups and downs, and it's finally time to move on. I'm going to bring in the one and only Bruno Fernandes. He did score a hat trick midweek against Real Sociedad. They do play Leicester, who are very weak defensively. United have been looking very good attacking wise. So I think it's time to capitalize on that. And Bruno, if Manchester United are going to score, it's going to come from either a Bruno goal or a Bruno assist. So I think it's a no-brainer to go for him against Leicester. And I think that's going to be my third transfer. Of course, there's a chance for Morgan Gibbs White in there, but I don't want to triple up on the Nottingham Forest players and then I just double up on the Forest players. So Bruno is going to be making his way into the team for game 29 and game 30 before we ship him out for the game 31 during the wild card. So that's the third transfer. Now let's look at the fourth and final transfer. So for the fourth and final transfer, this is what you're going to be doing. And this transfer is a 50-50 because doing this transfer will result in a -4 and I've taken a hit in a very, very, very long time. That's why I'm slightly concerned of not doing it. But it's going to be ideal moving from Lewis Hall, who is out for the rest of the season, which is very, very unfortunate, especially since I was targeting the double game with 32, but it is what it is. And the player I'm thinking of bringing in is Ola Aina, who has been looking very sharp this season. Nottingham Forest are keeping a lot of clean sheets. Of course, you can go for a cheaper alternative in the likes of Milinkovic or Murillo in there, who I think are relatively cheaper. But Aina offers you attacking return, although he hasn't given an assist in a very long while. And I think Murillo has gotten an attacking return more recently. So yeah, so a lot to think about. But for now, I'm leaning towards Aina for a -4, but I still don't know. So the first three transfers are a definite lock, but this transfer is still up in the air before the deadline. So if you want to see the final team, make sure you check out my socials. Links are down in the description. So now let's look at what my game week, Blank Game Week 29 team is going to be looking like with with the first three transfers in mind. So we're going to start off with the goalkeepers and the defenders for the Blank Game Week 29. We're going to be having Flecken in there against Bournemouth. I don't expect a clean sheet, but I do expect some save points in there. So because Flecken tends to do that a lot. Then we have Mikolenko against West Ham. West Ham have been very poor in front of goal, and Everton have been very good defensively since Moyes took in. So a cheeky clean sheet will be very much appreciated, and as well as attacking return because Mikolenko has the potential for that. Then we have Van Hecke against Man City. I don't expect anything from this game. I think just keep it respectable and bring back the 2 points, which I think that's what Van Hecke is going to do. But he did manage to score. Man City have been looking very shaky, so I'd hope for a goal from Van Hecke will be very much appreciated. Then we have Gabriel finishing off the team against Chelsea. I don't expect a clean sheet, but Chelsea did look very shaky in the Europa League, in the Conference League game against Copenhagen. Didn't have a shot on target in the first half. So maybe that's something to look out for and hope Gabriel and Co can be able to keep a clean sheet against Chelsea. I know the defense and the goalkeeper don't look amazing, but hey, it is what it is. That's what I have to work with, and I hope that it's going to bring back the point. So that's the defense. Now let's look at the midfield. So this is how the midfield is going to be looking like. Going to be having Palmer against Arsenal in there. As I mentioned, Palmer has not looked good in a lot of games, including the Premier League and the Conference League. Looking a little bit shaky, but I hope that against Arsenal he can be able to find his form. Although there's a conflict there, so I think maybe a Gabriel headed goal and a Palmer goal will be very much appreciated. Then Salah, who's going to be blanking, of course, as I've said, the transfer for between Hall and Aina will decide whether Salah will be on the bench or will be in the starting team as a blank. But for now, he's a blank. Then we're going to having Bruno against Leicester. Leicester have been very shaky defensively, and Bruno has been scoring goals for fun or getting assists for fun. So he's going to continue his form, able to produce against Leicester. Then you have Clivert against Brentford. Tough fixture there, but Brentford do tend to concede a lot of goals. And Bournemouth have dipped in form a little bit, but Clivert still keeps on producing the attacking returns, and I hope he's going to do the same against against Brentford. Sorry. Then we have Buemo against Bournemouth. Just hoping for an attacking return from Buemo. He's been a bit off the radar in the past few games, but I hope he can be able to get an attacking return. Maybe a cheeky penalty goal will be very much appreciated. So that's the midfield. Now let's look at the forward line. Then now we can look at my forward line. We're going to be having Evan Nilsson against Brentford. A lot of conflicting fixtures, of course, this week, but it is what it is. That's the situation I'm in at the moment because I've opted not to use the free hit chip and save it for a later day, like a double game week or something like that. So I'll have to bear the consequences this week, and I hope the effect won't be as bad as anticipated, and hope for a similar outcome as last year, Blank Gameweek 29, for those who remember. It was a very poor game for free hitters. So, yeah, then you have Chris Wood finishing off the team against Ipswich. I think is going to be my captain for this week. I've never captained Chris Wood, so probably going to return the points this game week. Then to the bench, a lot of blanks with Hall, Isaac, and Munoz all blanking, and Fabianski as well in there, who's not blanking but can't be featured in the team for obvious reasons. But if I make the final transfer, I'm going to have a full starting 11, but it will be at the consequence of a -4, which I'm still debating. So if you have managed to reach this point in the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments if you're going to be free hitting. And of course, if you're still having trouble with the free hit and need a template, I uploaded a video 2 or 3 days ago. I'm going to put it down in the link in the description. So make sure go and check it out as well. And with that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all guys later. Bye bye.